Yeah.
It's BirdzTalk TV. Now rocking with the best. We give you the facts
With no shade. Wise and meals. Keeping it real. All damn day. Every day.
Yeah.
What it do, everybody? We on Cook. How's everybody doing? We apologize.
Definitely.
We should have been on a long time ago, but we had Rectum at the house.
Spectrum.
And excuse me. Spectrum at the house. So, we had some difficulties. But anyway, we are live, you guys. Sorry about being late tonight. But for all you guys out there and gals out there that are still awake, about to go down and turn up or turn down for the night, we decided to just go ahead and climb on and see what's going on. Turn up. So, man, I want to just ask how everybody's day went today.
Shout out to
772. Yeah, and also shout out to 813.
What it do?
What it do? What it do? And what it do? So, yeah, man, it's a good day, man. Yesterday we had a little bit of rain. Today was quite windy, so it was a decent day. I'm not gonna complain, man. The weather was good, nice and cool, and man, it was just a great day. But anyway, we're going to be talking about a topic here that I think needs to be addressed. Okay. And what we're going to talk about today is why female teachers, okay, are having sexual intercourse with their high school students.
I can give you one good reason.
What?
They sick as fuck.
Sick in the head.
What up, Jane?
How you doing?
Yeah, man, that's just crazy, yo. Like, you got all these guys, you know what I mean? Especially you got guys coming out of prison also.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's not like you can't find no real man out there that's going to take care of you.
Right.
But instead, you want to, exploit a little boy.
Or a little girl. I mean, it's an epidemic, really. It's the adult teachers. I mean, it's not just a white person. It's all nationalities that are doing this. You have black teachers, female teachers, you have white female teachers, you have white male teachers, you have black male teachers, Spanish male teachers. I mean, it's coming across all ethnic backgrounds, okay? And it's an epidemic. That's what I think. It's an epidemic.
At the end of the day, man, look, if you messing with a little kid, you just sick as hell. You belong with the pedophiles.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you doing like scumbag shit like that, you deserve to be put under the jail. But them type of people, man, they get like 2 years probation or something like that.
Right.
They don't really do no time.
Yeah, they don't really do no time. I mean, it's crazy that this is happening. But I honestly, I think that a lot of this is, happening because of, I mean, what do you think, man? Let me just ask you, what do you think? Why do you think this is happening, Mills? Man, what's going on?
What you mean?
Why do you think these teachers are putting their careers and their life at risk? I mean, what is going on? And in the classroom, I mean, is it that
well, let me tell you,
is it drugs?
No, it's not drugs. It's just something in their brain is malfunctioning. So they have like fetish, or they lust off of being in control of handling somebody, instead of I'm not gonna say women just in women, but men also too. Because man is dominant, and women that get dominant, they'll like to have that domination over somebody to where they can tell a person what to do. So when they see a little kid and he or she look attracted to them, they have these tendency to. It's just, I don't know, because I really can't speak on it like that, because I don't think like that. You know what I mean? I'd rather be with an older woman that have experience and that looks beautiful before I mess with a little kid. Because what can that little kid do for me that a grown woman can't do?
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, come on, y'all. So it's like, they're just sick, and it's just sad.
Yeah. I mean, it really is, and I mean, there's a lot of stories out there. I mean, this has been going back for a good 10 to 15 years now. You had that one school teacher that was like, I guess, some kind of like model or whatever, messing with this little 15-year-old boy. And then just recently, within the last, I guess, couple of weeks, her name is Pamela Stigger. She was a drama teacher. Okay, she was a drama teacher, and she was caught having giving the 15-year-old student oral sex in the back of her vehicle. When they asked why she did it, and when the cops pulled up and asked her what she was doing, she said she was mentoring the young man.
Mentoring, like how?
Yeah, mentoring. So you got this boy with his pants down around his ankles. You in the back seat, okay?
Hey, that sounds like one of my
and mentoring. That's what she said. That's what she told the authorities, that she was mentoring the 15-year-old.
Now
okay,
that
and
like
this wasn't even a
shit.
student that was in her class, her present class. This was a student that she had taught a year prior to that. So, it definitely goes to show you that she was not mentoring this young man. It was more than that, molesting this young man. So, but I think a lot too now, just looking at it, we always want to find out what's contributing to these issues with these these teachers taking advantage of these students, and a lot of it now. I mean, I'm not trying to justify anything, but nowadays, man, I know when I was in school, at 15, 14, 13 years old, I was nowhere. Yeah, I was nowhere the size that these kids are nowadays. I mean, these kids are walking around at 6'1", 6 foot. I mean, the young girls that are in school now are developing a lot quicker than they normally did back in the day when I was in school back in the 90s. And I attribute it to a lot of the food. Okay, I'm not trying to be say passive for what they're doing, but I'm just trying to figure out what it is, because nowadays these kids are walking around, they're looking like adults. They're looking like adults, but it still doesn't give the teacher that is supposed to be in charge and guiding these kids the right to take advantage of them. Okay. And, and that's what I think a lot of it is that, times, with the food and the way that, we've been getting food and the amount of hormones they put in it, the GMOs in it, the steroids in the food and the chickens and all that. That's why I think these kids are growing a lot quicker than they normally should, So, I mean, that's just one thing that I think is the reason why some of these teachers are stepping outside their comfort zone and taking these risks, which is wrong, okay? You should know better.
Listen, when I went to school, man, it was the same thing. You had a couple guys that had full beard looking like grown-ass mans, too, back in the days. It's just... their head is fucked up now, man. You got people that watch porn, child pornography and all that dumb shit with these fetishes, and people want to get pissed on and doodle on. It's like, the world that we live in today, man, is like, it's crazy right now, man, to see, the people that love to do these type of nasty ass shit. It's just disgusting.
Wes said, I said that about the milk back in 1995. Yeah, man, they pumping this stuff up, man. I don't know what they're putting in. They're putting all types of stuff in the food, and it's also altering the thought process of just people in general, So who knows what they are doing? It could be a government experiment. We don't even know. We really don't know what it is, But again, outside of that, I'm eating the same foods that they're eating. Mill's eating the same food that these teachers are eating. So, at the end of the day, it's all about choices, man. Choices. And they're willing to put their career on the line. They're willing to be registered as a sex offender and the whole 9 yards. But you know what? One thing I have to honestly say on that note is that the males, when they commit these acts against young male children and female children, they're always classified as a sex offender. They never really, openly discuss a woman when she commits these acts as registering as a sex offender. I'm not saying that they're not registering these women that are committing these acts against these young children in school as sex offenders, but you never really hear it on the news. It's not something that they say, well, now such and such has to register as a sex offender. So that's one thing I'm going to kind of do a little bit more research on to see exactly if these individuals are being registered as sex offenders, whether they're male or female. It should be both ways, man.
Tell me this here. If you was back in your high school days and you had a teacher that you thought was hot and wanted to give it to you, would you get it?
I don't know, man.
Be honest. This talk show is about being real.
Be
you
honest.
asked me the same question too, and I'm gonna be honest with you. But right now, I got the spotlight on you. So
if a teacher was attractive, she kept herself in good shape. I'm like a 15-year-old dude walking around would I go after this teacher? Is that what you're asking?
No, if she was to give it to you, if you was back then in that school and she was to give it to you,
right,
would you take it if you was 15 years old?
Probably. Because at that age between 15 and 18, that's when your hormones are coming in, at their highest peak. So 9 times out of 10, any young man that's approached by an older female, I think that 9 times out of 10 they probably would, engage in the act. Honestly, I really think so. And I really believe for females as well. And that's the thing. When these kids are coming into their hormones are changing and it's chaotic for them. Yeah. But at the same time, a teacher shouldn't be putting themselves in a situation to where they're what's the word I'm trying to find, where they're encouraging it. So it really depends. I mean, it's a lot of different things that are happening at such a fast time, or real close together. So it just really, it's crazy. I really can't really speak on it.
But this is what I'm saying though. Okay, say if your son was 15 and came to you and be like, "Yo, Dad, I want to talk to you, but I want to confide in you in something," and he'd be like, "Yo, but you can't get mad. I just smashed my teacher."
Oh yeah, baby, man, yeah. I'll start playing. What's that song, man? Remember that H-Town song? Go ahead and find it up, man. But H-Town, remember H-Town back in the day? Remember H-Girl Steady rocking the boots. I'm ready, but I'm ready. Hey. I know we shouldn't be joking about this, but yeah, man. I mean, that's wrong. This is a real serious topic. But I wouldn't do that. I'll take that back. I wouldn't be giving him dap or anything like that. I would definitely sit down with him, and want to conversate. Because I don't, me and his father. Yeah.
Doing this one for the ladies.
Yeah. Yeah, I know
it's a serious conversation.
Yeah, we might get hit with a copyright on that one. You're right there, Wes. He said, "Careful, too long."
You're right.
But it's all good, man. But all jokes
though?
aside, man. I mean, really, I would definitely, for my son, because I don't want no old teacher. And I have my son, he still got
what
plenty
if she
of time.
was hot? Like
it
she
don't
was
matter.
26.
It really don't matter because my son is 15. She's 10 years older than him. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more things that he needs to learn about life, and having a teacher or, someone that's, potentially could be my, my daughter-in-law or whatever. I couldn't handle it, man. I really couldn't handle it. And I wouldn't allow it. I want my sons, because I have I have 5 sons of my own, and I would like for them to choose, be very wise in their decision and their choices when they're going to, marry somebody, and I definitely wouldn't want them to marry a woman that's 10, 15, 20 years older than them, because that person has already lived their life.
What if he got her pregnant?
Well, man, that's a hard one.
Because there was a case where a student got
that was the first.
pregnant.
That was one of the first ones that came out back in I think early 2000s, maybe the late 90s. Remember that?
Yeah.
The guy, I think he was young Spanish
Spanish kid,
and the teacher was white, and she was married too.
Yeah,
she was married. She had a husband, and she had 2 other kids with this with her husband that she had originally married, and then she ended up marrying that young man. And they raised the kid and everything. So, I mean, to me, honestly, with that happening the way it happened, honestly, she should be in jail, really, because that right there is, you're having intercourse and you're doing things on a minor. That's punishable by prison time. Yeah, that's prison time right there.
But you also got to think about all the other people that ain't getting caught.
That's true.
That ain't getting caught messing around with these little kids.
Yep, that's true. That is
just,
very,
you know
very
what I'm
true.
saying? It's just I look at all angles of things before I pass judgment on anything. But messing with a little kid is wrong.
Don't get me 100% wrong. Shouldn't happen. But like I said, and it's very difficult okay, we have a real situation here, right? We have kids, Mills and myself, and this just happened within the last month. Okay, this is like literally like 3 weeks ago. This is ironic, too, that we're talking about it, but just about 3 weeks ago. And we're gonna on this show, we're gonna also start showing pictures and videos. I think that'll help kind of carry the story along, so you guys can also do your own research on it if you're interested. But anyway, 3 weeks ago, my daughter's and his daughter's teacher got arrested.
Yeah.
Okay, this man got arrested. I think he was a PE coach, a physical education coach, and he got arrested for molestation of a minor.
Yeah.
Okay, so my daughter now, she's 14, his daughter's 13, and these, our daughters were in close contact and communication with this teacher. They actually knew the teacher by name. I'm assuming that the teacher also knew them by name. But yeah, this individual is now in prison. Well, not in prison. He's waiting trial, and he has a family. He has 2 kids and a wife.
Yeah.
Okay, and
but I don't think he did it though.
You don't think he did it?
No, because they see what's going on is the police know they messed up. I mean, they can't find no other kids to come through and say that, they got molested by him either. I mean, they said that the teacher, he's real friendly, but he never, disrespect, like, messing with the kids, like touching them inappropriately.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
he probably had his hand on their shoulder or
that's all he
good
did.
game.
No,
and
that's all he did was like rub the kid back, tell him.
Oh,
like,
so this is the teacher that we're talking about.
Yeah, this is the teacher that we're talking about. He rubbed the little girl on the back.
Right.
Basically saying, good job or whatever.
Right.
And that's what a teacher supposed to do,
Right.
Supposed to uplift a student if they're having trouble with their math problem or anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's not squeezing on her or, doing all these dirty ass shit with her. It's just a pat on the back.
Right.
Who didn't get pat on the back in school? Come
True.
on, man. Or
I
get
mean,
rubbed on the back if you going through a little problem. Your teacher come talk to you,
Right.
like problem at home, and be like, everything's gonna be okay. Let me go talk to the counselor or something.
Right.
So it's like, come on, man. So I really think he didn't do it. It's just, the parent or whatever took it out of content. And now that the police got involved with it,
Right.
now they trying to see if other kids will come forth and saying that he,
Right. And like I said, nowadays, a lot of people are sue hungry or sue crazy. Anything that they can make money off or they feel they can potentially make a earning off of without actually going out there and working hard for their money, they're gonna do it. And people are sue crazy now. I mean, if they can get $1, $2, $3, $1 million, 100 million, they're going to do that, And
let
that's
me
what
remind you, this guy was in the Army also.
Right.
He was in the Army. He
Right.
served this country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to see him was, because I seen him on the news,
Right.
waiting for trial,
Right.
waiting, to see the judge. And he looked so upset and so depressed.
Yeah, he's just like in a state of shock.
Yeah, like he don't know what the hell's going on. This
Right.
man got a beautiful wife and 2 beautiful kids. Like,
Yeah, and it's like,
on,
why
man.
why would he put himself in that situation to be, risking everything for that moment or that particular,
Come on, man. That don't make no sense. Just a rub on the back and you want to, prosecute.
Well, you know what they
this dude.
say. You know what they always say. They say it all the time. It's a famous saying: innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
That's how our judicial
No,
that's how our judicial system is set up. Innocent guilty until proven innocent.
Yes.
Okay.
Guilty until proven innocent.
Well, they usually say it, but I guess you can look at it from 2 different perspectives. So I mean, like I said, man, hopefully justice is served. Hopefully we find out the truth. Nowadays, I mean, you have police officers that are also, contaminating the scene. There's all kinds of things going on. Not saying that all police officers are doing that, but those are some of the possibilities. You have this individual now, like I say, it's potentially, looking at facing some serious time. So, you just, it really, until innocent until proven guilty, I think they should look at it like that. I mean, that's it,
Yeah. But, hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I my prayers goes out to that man, family, and children. If he didn't do it, you know what I mean? Hey, I was riding with you.
Right.
If you did do it, buddy, You know what I mean? I'm gonna be looking like an ass.
What he said, the Samuel Jackson beard, and let them burn in hell. What did he say? Remember the Samuel Jackson one when Dave Chappelle show when he was like, and I hope they burn in hell.
I didn't see that one.
With the beer, Samuel beer.
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Anyway, I know we kind of went off on a tangent, but I'm just got all kind of things just popping in my head at the moment. But yeah, man, it's definitely a sad situation. And like I say, you know, if these things are happening, we know they're happening. You know, there's a lot of allegations of sexual misconduct, not just in schools, but around Hollywood. It's an epidemic that is going on, you know, and I really hope that they get it situated, and I really hope that the appropriate authorities take the time to investigate these cases that have been open for years and start punishing these people, start putting these people behind bars, and start taking away, you know, certain rights, you know. That they have.
Listen, you gotta be in a certain category, man.
And you have the people that the so-called privileged that, like, you know, we could definitely talk about this individual. I don't want to say his name. He's a famous movie producer. You guys already know who I'm talking about. Yeah. And you know, he, you know, according to certain news outlets, he's molested a lot of young actresses coming up through the ranks. Yeah. So you know, I mean, it's really sad. And, you know, and I'm not saying that he's getting away with it. I haven't heard his name in the news lately. I haven't seen any other, you know, allegations that, you know, are pressing or been, you know, charges been pressed. But, you know, I mean, the way the system is set up, it's very, very touch and go. You know, if you have money, you can pretty much buy your way out of just about anything, you know.
Money make things disappear, man.
Exactly. You got plea bargains that these people settle for. I mean, the thing is, if you are wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. There should be no plea bargains put in there. So I snitch. You may have been the one that's doing it. You may have been the dirtiest person out of the entire, you know, group. Okay, and let's say they come up to you and offer a plea bargain. Now, okay, we'll get these other 20 people. We'll give you a plea bargain, lesser sentence, you know. But you may be the worst one out of the group. Yeah. So to me, plea bargains are, you know, it's not even cool. You know, it's like, why have a plea bargain? You know the guy's guilty. Throw him in there with the rest of the people that been doing it, or her that you know that she's been doing it.
Trying
whatever.
to get the bigger fish. That's all that is.
You know, but still, you know, and the thing, you get the bigger fish. This man gets set free. The other ones go to jail. And now this individual's, you know, maybe lay low for 3, 4, 5 years. Now he's back at it, or she's back at it again. So, you know, I mean, where's the justice in all of this? You know, now somebody else is a target. You feel me? So, you know, like I said, I mean, I really think that the system needs to be revamped. You know, if they can come down hard on criminals or so-called people that commit crimes, just normal, you know, like maybe robbery or whatever. And they can come down hard on give the 3 strikes rule. They should do the same thing for, you know, people that are molesting these young children and being very abusive to young children. It goes, it's across the board.
Well, I hate to say it, but that's how the law works. You know what I mean?
But I understand
you can
that.
serve crack and get a life sentence, but you can go mess with a little girl and get 2 years probation and get put,
or not even get any kind of time at all. You might just get probation.
That's what I'm saying. You get 2 years probation. That's it, and you get charges. You get put in the computer as a sex offender. You know what I mean? Look at the dude that the Subway guy.
Oh yeah, Mr. Subway guy. Yeah, exactly. I mean? He looked so friendly too, didn't he? He was like smiling and everything, and he was like he was the worst one of them all.
Listen, he is the dumbest dude I ever made in my life, man. You making millions and millions of dollars to just do a commercial for Subway, and you choose to mess with little girls. Yep. And you can get any woman you want in the world. You got millions of dollars. Girls just gonna come to you because you got money. Yeah.
So you know, like I said, it is a sickness.
Yeah,
it's a sickness, you know, and you just don't know who you're dealing with. You know, I mean, you're looking at people, you're like, okay, yeah, and then next thing you know, it's not who you think it was. And there was another case. Like I said, I'm not throwing names out there, but I'm just going by case. You guys can Google it and find it for yourself. There was another case of a young boy that was taking karate from his instructor. Did you hear about this one where the instructor was molesting the entire class of boys? But he singled out this one boy and ended up, you know, molesting this kid for years, right? I mean, had anal sex with the kid, the whole thing, and was just kept doing it. And then one day the father, you know, found out about it, you know, that the instructor was doing. And the instructor was a real close family friend. I mean, he would, you know, drop his son off and say, okay, you know, I got to be at work. I'm going to drop him off 2 hours early. You know what I'm saying? And then you can take him to the practice. I'll come get him out. You know what I'm saying? So the family developed a a really good close relationship with this individual, and then the man, come to find out, was having intercourse with his son. The man lost his everlasting mind. He broke down, and you seen it. He ended up they were transferring him from like Tennessee to another state to be prosecuted, and the father went to the airport and was by the payphone and had a revolver. And as soon as the dude was walking down in handcuffs, being escorted by the authorities, the father blew the dude's brains out right there in the airport, and then put his hands up.
I would have did the same thing.
Yep. And he actually didn't go to prison or anything like that. I think the judge, but he did it out of, they call it not premeditated, but it's another
passion of love, crime of passion or something.
Or something like that, where you do it. It's not premeditated, but you do it because your mind, you know what I'm saying, like something.
You black out.
You black out. So basically, the man didn't end up having to serve any time. Of course, the individual that was doing this to these young boys was dead, killed them at the airport or whatever. But yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy, it's really crazy. And like I said, it's crazy. Yeah, look it up, y'all. Look it up. I don't like to say throw out names of it. It's just, you can go on there, Google, go on YouTube. Father shoots sex offender at airport. You can find it and read the entire story. It's a really sad story, and it's also got a video on it on YouTube. And the father died. The father actually is dead now, but they interviewed him like in his 70s or 60s, and they asked him, "Hey, would you do it again?" He says, "If I had to do it again, I would do the same thing. I would not change a thing."
Yeah, fuck the man.
Yeah.
Hoorah to you, buddy.
Yeah. So like I said, but and that's why.
Straight up, man. That's all I gotta say, man. K-Dub, baby. Every night, man. Every night I pray to God. That's what we do. That's why I don't fuck with you niggas.
Yeah.
Straight up, man. I ain't messing around, man. Listen, man. That happened to my kid, man. I'm doing time. I do life. I don't give a damn.
Yep.
And I ain't supposed to carry no pistol, but I'll carry that one. I'll carry it that day.
Yep.
Man, listen, man.
It's rage, and that's the thing. Like, again, it has to start with the legal system, but also it has to start with your children. You have to instill in them and teach them that, hey, if somebody is touching you inappropriately, you need to let me know. And that's what it is. We can't sit here and nowadays it's very hard. All the technology that we have, kids are now in their phones and their tablets and so forth. So it's very hard nowadays to actually get out and to reach out to your children because they're involved in their own thing. Parents are now working, both mother and father, busy lives. So, we tend to kind of separate and not be as close as we, as families used to be back in the late 70s, the early 80s, the mid 90s and stuff like that. So,
you heard
it's
about
a lot
the pedophile going on Fortnite? They got pedophiles. Oh,
they got pedophiles. Yeah, and that's the thing. They got pedophiles on Fortnite. They had a thing on YouTube Kids with the little meme I forgot what it was called, Mimo that was popping in on the kids' video feeds and telling them to kill themselves, put your face in the pillow and stop breathing. It was on this Peppy Pigs videos and all that. They had a whole bunch of things going on. So, it's a lot of things going on, So that's one thing. It starts with letting your kids know if something is wrong. Mom, Dad, I saw this pop up on my computer. Mom, Dad, I'm at school and this teacher's acting kind of strange and he's, touching the girls or guys inappropriately. And that's what you got to do. Kids need to start, we need to start, making sure that they have the ability and the comfort level to come to us when these things are taking place. So that's where it starts, at home first. And of course, laws need to be passed in the judicial system to where they make it punishable. Punish these people. In other countries, you do that and go ahead in the Middle East and go ahead and do what these people are doing here. They cut your head clean off your shoulders. They're going to burn you. They're going to shoot you. They're going to cut your head off. In China, they're going to put you on the firing squad. So they don't play these games in these other countries. You know what I'm saying? So you go ahead and do it if you want over in, Saudi Arabia or over in North Korea or China. You gonna see, you ain't gonna be living. You gonna be, and you gonna have your death sentence gonna be probably the next following week or within the first 6 months after the crime. It ain't gonna be like you on death row. They ain't got death row. It might
be the same night.
It might be the same. They ain't got death row in these other countries, man. They ain't got nothing like that, and they're not wasting the citizens' money, the taxpayers' money by keeping you alive for 15 years on parole on death row. They gonna take you out.
Why you eating good on death row? Nah, you finna roast
3 square
right
meals
now.
a day, and
you roast right now.
Yep. So and that's how it is, man. So these countries don't play around. I think in the U.S. we're more of a democracy, you know, and you know we're about the people. So they need to just make these laws to where, you know, it is, you know, people will learn or not be tempted to do it because of it be punishable by this. This is what you get.
But you know, to the parents that's out there, man, the only thing I have to say to y'all, man, is you have to, you know, believe in what you're doing for your kids. You just can't go with what anybody tell you, man. And for your kids, you have to believe them when they tell you something, man. And you have to, like Bob Marley said, man, get up, stand up.
Look at that. You see that? I'm gonna tell you right now, bump Duke. I ain't doing it. There was a study. We read this last night, me and the wife, where that a man with a beard is more masculine and also more intelligent.
You can't renege on the beard, man.
Listen.
You can't do that.
So I'm gonna go dumb. I'm gonna turn I'm gonna turn unmasculine because of a bet.
Bet's a bet. Listen,
this is a study.
This
is a study.
This talk show is about keeping it real. Hey. Get up, stand up. You're right.
You better watch out. Wes is timing this one. They're gonna click at 29.9 seconds.
Get up, stand
That's
up.
right.
Stand up. Oh, you're right.
But y'all know what I'm getting at, man. You know, like I said, it's definitely starts at the home. We always say that. You know, we always talk about, you know, when you're raising your kids and you're preparing them for the outside world, and then of course, you know, more people need to be involved in, and you know, and that's another thing, you know, with the voting process and all that, you know, how they make, oh, if you did this, then you can never vote again, or if you did that, that's just a way for them to continue to make the laws in their favor, you know.
But see, this is what I'm saying to the
It's
parents,
crazy.
though. This goes out to the parents, you know what I mean? If you have young ladies that are, you know, older than their age, you need to stop buying these little skimpy clothes to where they entice these older mans out there that's really sick in the head. Because that right there is a door you open into your kids getting violated without you, you know, knowing until it's too late. So if they're, you know, developing and maturing faster than, you know, other little kids, then you need to go ahead as a parent, needs to start dressing your girls appropriately and start wearing these little tight ass pants and walking around thinking that they 26. You know what I mean? So it goes with the parents too. You know what I mean? If you don't want your kids to get molested or, you know, worry about them, you know, getting raped by another man, you need to start dressing them appropriately like their age.
Right. And, you know, like I said, Mills is saying, you know, and it's more, like I said, they should know better. But, you know, people are not in their right state of mind in these days and ages and times, you know, and putting that temptation out there for somebody that is sick or ill or not thinking along the lines of, oh my God, that's a child, you know, you're putting your child at risk. So, you know, it's all about discretion, you know, and being in the position to know or to see when things are kind of like helter skelter and not really lining up, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's definitely a difficult process, or, you know, you really can't, you know, predict the situation. So I mean, it's hard all across, you know, the lines.
I tell them straight up, you want to dress like that?
Mm-hmm.
Wait till you get 18 so you can move up out the house.
But then, you know, the thing is too, you know, then you got these kids, these young girls and guys, you know, they sneak their little, you know, clothes in the bag, their little skimpy little bras and their little skimpy little underwear in the bag, and when they get to school, they put it on. So you really can't really. Damn, that guy was going fast, wasn't he?
He was zooming.
Yeah, man, that dude was going. There's a motorcycle behind us. But anyway, you know, you really can't have full and total control, you know. And like I said, it starts at the home, you know. You know, teach your young.
As a parent,
yeah,
you need to look in the bag. You need to see what they trying to do. Like me, I don't believe nothing comes out kids' mouth anymore, because kids will lie to you real quick. You know what I mean? They will lie to you real quick.
Oh, I agree.
I'm gonna do my investigation. You know what I mean? You think you trying to put a blanket over my eyes? Guess what? I ain't Stevie Wonder. God gave me 2 eyes. I can see. So stop.
But you know,
the
Stevie
bullshit.
Wonder could see too, man. You remember he caught that microphone in that Michael Jackson video, "We Are the World" or whatever. And he was like this, and that microphone fell. And he went blip, blip. He caught it. Remember that?
Because he had good ear. You know when
That's what they say.
When one sight fails you, your other sight
But
is
yo,
like
I know
10
we getting
times
off topic,
better.
but man, Stevie Wonder was like this. He said, "We are the world." He was going like this, and the microphone was like, "Skirt," and it was falling like this. And Stevie Wonder was like, "At the time," caught that microphone and stood it right back up. I think Elton John was back there singing away. He's the one that bumped into it. Anyway, I know we got off on another tangent. It was crazy again, but yeah, like Mills was saying, man,
See, OG Daredevil.
the OG Daredevil.
I'm telling you, man, that sense, man, that sixth sense
Yo.
kick in.
Yo, that's funny. But like I said, man, we really need to pay attention to, we always on the show, we always want to have not only talk about the situation, but also have somewhat of a resolution or, something like that. So
Definitely. And, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it like this here, y'all. For any parents that's out there that have kids, please pay more attention to your kids, man. How they dress, who they talk to on the phone,
yeah,
what they do on the internet. You know what I mean? Because the world that we living in today, man, is very crazy. So if you have kids and you really care about your kids, please pay attention to them and what they do. You know
that's
what I mean?
right.
That's all I can tell you, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So y'all take it for what it's worth.
That's right.
And also for anybody that's out there that's, struggling financially or, not struggling financially or whatever. I just started doing this about a week and a half ago. Like me personally, I'm saving once. No, you can do whatever you want to do with quarters, pennies, whatever change you get, you can save it, for a whole year. And I've been doing this for a week and a half.
God dang.
Yeah. A week and a half. These are all ones. I'm not lying to y'all. A week and a half. Every time I spend a $5 or a $10 bill or a $20 bill, whatever one I have left, I put it in this jar. And the jar, I'm doing it for a whole year. And I already accumulated $160 in a week and a half.
Yo, man, let me get that, man. I need some gas for my car.
And that's what I'm saying. Like when you save your money for a year and a half, it don't matter what you do. It can be 50 cents, $1. But within that year, you can have extra money to do what you want to do. Because guess what? You get your income tax, and you also get the money that you save up to where you can pay your extra little bills or go take your family out on vacation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Have a good time with your life. You know what I mean? You ain't always got to try to, every paycheck you get, you spend it on yourself and you don't have nothing you borrowing. You know what I mean? So basically what I'm saying is you got to have self-discipline if you want to make it in life. You know what I mean? So, just a food of thought. You know what I mean? If y'all want to take it and run with it, take it. I'm doing it. And within a year, I come back and bring it back on TV and we'll count it right here on BirdzTalk TV and see how much I made in that year.
Yeah, and like I said, man, it's all about discipline. You have to have goals and things that you're aspiring to save for. Maybe you want to get, a new car. Not saying that you can do that in a year.
Your girl a brand new ring.
You never know. So having a little extra money on the side, from just saving it is also, it's really good. It's a good feeling, and that just, shows you that you can be disciplined and, really, set the stage and show your kids, say, hey, look, to every so often when you get these little quarters and these dollars and these, put it aside, you're 10 years old right now. You keep putting $1 aside every day. That's 7 days a week. Let's do the math real quick. 7 days a week, you put $1 aside. 7 days a week. Let's say you get $1. You're working a little whatever, and within a month's time, you take that, you multiply what? Let's do it by 52 weeks. Actually, damn, let's not do it right now because I'm bad at math. Let me call my 6-year-old up here. But basically 7 days, that's $7. 7 times 4, that's $28 for the month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then 28 times 12, that's a little over $3,000 for the year, So, I mean, it goes a long way. It really goes a long way.
Definitely. I'm thinking I'm going to have about maybe about close to $5,000 in a year.
Yep.
Yeah. So, y'all do the same thing. Save y'all money. You know what I mean? So y'all can buy y'all girl a nice thing or put the new rims you wanted to put on your car. You know what I mean? Or get your little speaker. You know what I mean? Spend it on yourself or pay bills or get the brand new iPhone that you wanted to get or Android phone you wanted to get. You Listen, it's all about just self-control and saving your goddamn money. Save
Yeah.
it.
Oh, let me just do the math again. I just did it on my calculator. It's $336 for the year. Is that right? 28 times 12 is 336. No, is that right?
No, it's only $300. Yeah, $336.
Yeah, $336. Yeah. So I mean, it may not seem like a lot, but you know what? Just disciplining yourself to do it.
$336 is a lot for somebody that ain't got no money.
Yep. And you figure if he's 10, he saves it till his 20s. You know what I'm saying? 36. So he can have quite a few, some change. And, he may want to invest that. Then you can invest that. So there's a lot, you can do a lot with that. You could do a lot with that money. And, it's just about discipline. It really is about discipline at the end of the day. So that's pretty much it. But yeah, man, we want to thank everybody that joined the show tonight. Sorry we started so late. I know that we had probably more people that were going to, view this podcast or this live stream, but due to Spectrum coming in at the hour that we're supposed to go live, we lost a little bit of time there. But yeah, we're gonna still come to you guys no matter what. If we say we're gonna do our live stream on the days that we said, we may pop in here a little late every so often, and sometimes it's out of our control. But we're gonna give you guys what you want and what you guys need, and also. You can view this on Spotify. I like to say this for all our new viewers that are just popping in. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes and also Google Play. So if you missed the live broadcast, you can hit us up on that. And also if you hit us up on those platforms, we're BirdzTalk TV. And it's BIRDZ Talk TALK TV. So you can also put that in YouTube, and you'll be able to find us that way.
Definitely. And also, I'd like to shout out to everybody that been watching us, man, and been supporting us, man. Thank you very much. Without y'all, we're nothing.
That's right.
And, also remember, man, always keep a positive head, man. Never, ever let anybody see you upset, because that's when they know they can control you. Always be the better person. With love y'all. Y'all have a great night.
Peace, yeah. Peace, love, and harmony in 2019, y'all. Keep it real, keep it 100, and put them kids to bed because it's real late.
It's bedtime. You want to go night-night? You want to go night-night?
Yo, my 3-year-old's still running around right now with no shirt on.
But no,
Thinking he
peace and
Hercules.
love to y'all, man. Straight up.
What it do, dog? It's BirdzTalk TV. You're now rocking with the best. We give you the facts with no shade. Wise and Mills. Keep keeping it real all damn day, every day.
All right, y'all. We'll see you guys again on Saturday. Peace, love, and joy in 2019. And we out, y'all.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.